Shovel woke up at 5:35. He hated having to get up that early. It was a huge shock instead of sleeping until 12 or 1, then spend the day with S.H.I.E.L.D. He groggily got dressed and ate breakfast. At least S.H.I.E.L.D. will be with me the whole time, he smiled.
Is that supposed to be my voice?
Yes, he smiled. S.H.I.E.L.D. was Shovel's girlfriend, and they lived very close. They had the same bus stop, same teacher, same everything at school. Then there were his other friends, King, Spectre, Plague, Treasure, Mole, Tinker, and Propeller. There was also Black and Mona. He put on a jacket and walked outside with his backpack. Oh, great. He walked out to the bus stop and waited, not noticing the small sound coming from behind him. All of a sudden, S.H.I.E.L.D. put her hands over his eyes and said with her beautiful voice, "Guess who?" He smiled and thought for a minute.
I do not need a full minute to determine the identity of the person accosting me.
"A beautiful girl with a lovely voice," he smiled. "Close?" "Well, wait, what?" All of a sudden, he turned around, then turned back, only to notice Plague and Tinker. "Ha-ha! Ha-ha! Ha-ha! Gotcha, Tin Can!" Tin Can is what Plague called Shovel. "Oh, you guys, wow!" They had a fit of giggles, then stood at his sides. "Smart idea wearing a jacket, Tin Can. Who knew it would rain?" "Oh, wait, I did!" Plague Knight laughed hard again, and didn't feel that he was being picked up. Tinker was as well. "Well, what is this? Who has grabbed the almighty Plague?" They were sat down gently on something hard and wet. "What am I sitting on?" Tinker asked. Plague turned his head and saw Treasure. "Oh, it's just Treasure." Treasure looked at Shovel. "Hey, Shovel. Hey, Treasure. You're a good man, Treasure." Next to show up was Spectre, who was really emo. What are your feelings on the weather, Spectre?" Shovel asked, trying not to laugh. "It's perfect," he said with his deep, dreary sigh. After Spectre was Mole and Propeller. "Greetings, gentlemen," Propeller said with a bow. Mole smiled and grabbed Plague from Treasure's shoulder and put him on his. "Hi, bud." Mole and Plague fist bumped and smiled at each other. "Let's see, who's left, guys?" Tinker asked. "Let's see. Shovel's go, Black, King, and..." Plague sighed happily. "Mona." "My boy, what's with you and Mona?" A voice cried from behind before being revealed as King. "She's hot and nice and pretty and cute." "I'm sure the list goes on," Mole said. "You bet it does." "What are you nerds talking about?" Mona asked, walking up next to Mole and Plague. "Plague was talking of his affection for you," Propeller replied, laughing hard with Shovel. "Ah, you like me, Plague?" "No!" Plague yelled with a dark blush. "Don't let him lie to you, Mona," Treasure said. treasure said. Plague was once again picked up, but by Mona as she pulled up his mask and kissed his cheek. Well, I like you too. He blushed quite brightly and smiled.
My boy, speaking of lovers, more?
King pointed out as Shield walked up and kissed Shovel on his cheek.
Hey, babe.
Hello, darling. He picked her up and smiled. The bus pulled up, and they all started getting on, not hearing the screaming.
Wait a minute!
Black ran and got into the bus and looked at the bus driver, Percy.
What the... Mr. Percy?
Hey, you know I don't like profanity, Black. Now sit down. Black growled and sat down up front next to Propeller.
Okay, guys and gals, here's how the seating arrangement is gonna be. Our bus is a little smaller than last year's, but the seats are wider and longer, so we can fit 3 to a seat. Up front on the left is King, Propeller, and Black.
King and Propeller high-fived as they were good friends, and then King sat down, Black being pushed against glass.
Okay, that's settled. And that order should never be broken.
Black to the window seat, Propeller in the middle, and King on the end. They all nodded, and Percy smiled.
Okay, beside them I want Spectre on window, Tinker in the middle, and Treasure on the end.
The boys nodded and got in their seats.
Next I want Mona on window, Plague in the middle, and Mole on the end.
Mole smiled and got into his seat, followed by Plague, who, jumping for joy, catapulted into his seat. Mona giggled and sat down next to him.
Last seat can only fit 2. That leaves Shovel and Shield together.
Oh, come on, there's no way that was a coincidence. Gee, Black, what crawled up yours? Mole said while everyone laughed hard.
Nothing did, Tubby!
Everyone, with the exception of Plague, backed away because they knew what was about to happen.
What did you just call me? I can't take any more of this! Stop at once!
Oh, I can't possibly do that, Shovel Knight, unless you're suggesting I continue narrating this adventure.
Yes, please do!
All right. And so, as I was saying earlier, Shovel Knight travels to the castle.
By my shovel, what on earth?
The budget ran out.